Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank all the elected officials. Pardon? I'd like to thank all the elected officials and all the members of the audience for having me here. I have to tell everybody that I'm very excited to be here. In my 25 years as a police officer, being a precinct commander, I've found to be the most personally rewarding position that I've ever had. The benefits that you take home from that position are difficult to articulate. You're able to help people on a daily basis. You're able to affect the community and an entire precinct of police officers who look to you for leadership. So I'm very, very excited. I look forward to serving the Washington Heights and Inwood communities in the future. When I say serving the community, I mean serving with the community. Because as Chief O.V. said earlier, the police department, the police officers assigned to the precinct cannot do this by themselves. We need a true collaboration with the community. I feel, obviously, everybody here can see it by the size of the audience on such short notice. We do have a collaboration in the Inwood and Washington Heights communities, and we're very thankful for that. I want to address crime. Obviously, that's why we're here, safety concerns. This is a public safety meeting, and we want to hear the precinct commander speak about public safety. Crime is up in Washington Heights and Inwood. It's up in the 34th precinct in all statistical categories. I don't like to speak about, to read off numbers, percentage increases or decreases. What I'll tell you is that in the past 15 years, for the residents who have been here for 15 years, crime has been reduced significantly in this neighborhood, Washington Heights also. Resulting from that terrific decrease in crime, when you get crime so low, sometimes numerically small increases or decreases are reflected by very large percentage increases or decreases. So I would like everybody to bear that in mind when we discuss all these crimes. Crime is up. What are we going to do about it? I'm newly assigned. I'm here. This is my 7th day in the precinct. I've spent a week looking at the operation, driving around the community, trying to meet some of the elected officials, the community leaders. I think that we have fine police officers in the police department, fine police officers especially in the 34th precinct. What I would like to do is in a more fine-tuned way, deploy those police officers. There was an article in the New York Times, I believe 2 days ago, in which the Borough Commander, Chief William Morris, described how we analyze our crimes on a daily basis. And I would even say that we analyze them on an hourly basis, during the day. That allows us to pinpoint exactly where the crimes are occurring. And I'm going to spend a lot of time with the crime analysis staff in the precinct, with the crime analysis staff in the patrol bureau, to ensure that we're sending our people in the right places. You can have all the cops in the world. If you're not putting them in the right places, it's not really going to happen. So that's really one of the chief concerns that I'm coming into the precinct with. We've been given additional personnel. Earlier, one of the speakers said that they're not permanent personnel. We received from the patrol bureau an impact response team. It's a lieutenant, 5 sergeants, and 50 police officers. They are assigned to the precinct, I guess, for the last month and into the future, and we deploy them where they're needed. Where are they needed? They're needed to fight burglaries, robberies, grand larcenies in the Washington Heights and Inwood communities. We send them on the west. We've been sending them on the west end of the precinct. We send them in the central area around St. Nicholas Avenue and 181st Street to fight crimes there. Now, anybody here who doesn't live in that, we call it an impact zone, don't be concerned that those officers are not being sent to your area. What it allows is for us to redeploy officers who would ordinarily be assigned to that location, to your area. And we have every intention of making that deployment, that redeployment of personnel successful. We receive resources in the form of field command posts, which were also mentioned earlier. They're big trucks with computers radio equipment, maps, and from those field command posts, we deploy personnel who are assigned to the precinct on a temporary basis. We have one on 181st Street and St. Nicholas Avenue right now, and I believe beginning on Monday, we're going to have one somewhere in the vicinity of this school. Next week, we are getting additional resources also in the form of critical response vehicles, which are police officers that are generally assigned to midtown or downtown, to business areas and tourist areas. They're going to be redeployed during the daytime, which is when we're experiencing most of our significant property crime. And we're going to have them up here fighting burglaries, which is our most significant property crime right now. Another issue that I would like to address, and I know that it must be an overriding concern for most of the people here, is the incident that occurred last week on my second day here. We all know that there was a police officer who was arrested for a sexual assault last week. I can't overstress, I apologize, my concern. I'm a father of 4, 2 of them teenage daughters. It hits home for me, and it hits home for every member of the 34th Precinct, and I'll speak for the entire police department. It speaks for the entire, it hits home to the entire police department. The outrage that every member feels when they see something like this happen is indescribable. My words really can't describe the sense of betrayal that every police officer feels, because we know that although everybody here, we're all nice and everyone's smiling and everyone's going to be nice, that public trust, that sense of trust is eroded a little bit, and we feel terrible about that. I do want to tell everybody here, I can't comment in detail about the case. What I will say, and also said earlier, is that it worked the way that it should work. It went exactly by the textbook. A concerned citizen saw something. She performed her civic duty. The citizen performed their civic duty and called 911. Officers from the 34th Precinct responded, and they immediately arrested the person who committed that crime. At the scene, they immediately made that arrest. The arrest and the investigation afterward was treated as a matter of the highest importance, and it is currently being treated as a matter of the highest importance. The Police Department's Internal Affairs Bureau, Special Victims Squad, Crime Scene Unit, as well as people from the New York County District Attorney's Office were intimately involved from the second that person was brought back to the precinct, to the station house, and will continue to be involved until the case is brought to a successful conclusion. What I want to leave everyone regarding that matter with is to please understand the seriousness that we take it with. I can't put into enough words the outrage, the hurt that we feel, just as you do, as members of the Washington Heights and Inwood communities.